Hello and welcome to this conference tournament edition of Tornado Watch. I'm Sports Information Graduate Assistant Randall Stewart here with Assistant Women's Soccer Coach Danny McBride. And Coach McBride, Tornado are headed to the conference tournament after a decisive win 5-1 over Mount Olive on Saturday. But it was a pretty roller coaster week for you guys. Let's start by talking about Wednesday's match, a 2-1 loss on the road at Converse in overtime. Tell us what happened in that match.
Yeah, it was obviously our fifth overtime experience this season, and our record in overtime hasn't exactly been anything to write home about. We've tied 2 of those games and unfortunately lost 3, Converse being the third of those 5, so the third loss of those 5. So a little disappointing. First half I thought we played well enough to be ahead. They were a little fortunate, I thought, with their goal to come back and tie it. The referee had a little bit of a mistake on his part, but again, we're not going to make excuses. Second half we didn't play as well as we could have, or as well as we have done in games this season, and so a little uninspiring second half performance that led to overtime, and just a couple of small errors, and they countered on that and took advantage of the golden goal rule and put one in the back of the net in the second overtime period. So a little disappointing, but we did well to bounce back, obviously, for a game on Saturday.
Yeah, I know that had to be a deflating loss on Wednesday, but then contrast that with Saturday, where you guys came out on all cylinders. You scored 5 goals, and it was the most complete performance of the season on Senior Day. What did you guys do so well?
Yeah, definitely was contrasting. I think that there wasn't anything, there wasn't anything brand new that happened. There wasn't anything that we were like, we've not seen that all season. There's been flashes of that throughout the season, and I think that when your forwards and your attacking players do their job and they put the ball in the net, and then on the other side of the field, when your defenders keep the ball out of the goal, you're destined to win. And so, I think with ups and downs of the season, and it's been up and down. There's been inconsistency, but I think that we got a couple of bounces that fell our way, and then our forwards found a way to get the ball in the back of the net. So it all comes out in the wash.
And talking about the forwards getting the ball in the back of the net, it was the most goals that Kings scored in a match since October of 2008. Was there any one thing that the offense did well, or was it just kind of everything came together in this game?
No, I think it was a combination of good individual performances and good combination play with the forwards. We talked a lot about using combinations to try and get in behind their back line, and it's just really encouraging to see Reina, one of our forwards, on the score sheet, Rachel on the score sheet again, and then obviously Becca with a goal on Senior Day pitching in there. So we're seeing goals from different positions, which is really encouraging. Not just relying on Rachel, who's been our top scorer and one of the top scorers in the league this year, but we're starting to see goals from other places, and I think that if we can continue to do that going into tonight's performance, tonight's game, then we can put a good performance together and hopefully come away with a win.
And Coach, tonight, you guys are the number 8 seed. You travel to play number 1 seed Lees-McRae, who defeated King 2-0 in October here in Bristol. Was there anything that you guys learned from that match that you think will help you tonight? And then also, how much does momentum play a factor with such a great performance on Saturday and a quick turnaround to tonight's game?
Well, yeah, we've talked a lot about momentum this season. Momentum's a dangerous thing, both for good and for bad. We experienced earlier in the season a 4-game unbeaten run, and we started to build a bit of momentum right before we went into the Lees-McRae game, and we actually lost that one. And since that loss, we kind of had momentum going the other direction in a bad light. So obviously, coming off of a 5-1 victory, the girls have got a bit of confidence about them. I think that against Lees-McRae earlier in the season, we learned that they are still a dangerous team. They're dangerous in the attack. They're solid defensively, and so we need to find a way to implement our game upon them, and kind of dictate the game. Hopefully, score early and build some momentum as the game goes on, so that we can challenge them the best we can. I think that we feel confident that we can give them a good game and match up well against them in the conference tournament. And in conference tournament, you just never know, anything can happen, right?
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.